Under blood-red moon we beat wings so soft as night falls from Castle Ravenloft.
Ravenloft!
Welcome, my friends, to the Curse of Strahd. When last we were here, all of our intrepid heroes had survived a harrowing night inside Durst Manor, meeting all of the Durst family in their accursed cultist ways. Now find them in a ruined tower outside of the manor, in a mist-shrouded, twisted, ancient wood.
Da-da-da.
As night falls, how are you guys feeling? How are your characters feeling with your first night together in the wilds?
I'm gonna look at I remember people's names. Silas. Silas, do you feel a little different after leaving that humble abode?
Do I feel different? Like I don't have a little girl's soul inside me anymore? Yes.
Yeah, that.
Right.
That's is precisely what I'm talking about.
Yes, though we still have that astral dog with us, which is a little unsettling, but...
And some lingering effects, and I'm gonna snap my fingers and an astral hand snaps a finger in your ear, but you don't see it because it's invisible.
Huh.
I'm
gonna cast Prestidigitation and just kind of flick your hat off your head.
Well,
Yes.
you don't have to be rude about it.
A little bit different. As he looks at his hands.
Well, friends, I think we are in it for the long haul. Anyone have an idea of where we may be?
Lee kind of like looks around and he says, "No, none of this looks familiar to me."
Well, shit. Question, just in case it comes up, even though you're like, it's gonna be easy. So since I just unlocked rank level 2 spells, would I have those spells? Because it just was like 0.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because
So
I'm spent
resting.
for everything else. Just
Yeah,
wondering.
once you finish a long rest, that is.
Yeah, we had a long rest.
Son of a bitch.
Didn't
Oh,
we?
we did?
You haven't had a long rest yet.
Oh, we
Oh,
haven't
not
had yet.
Well,
yet.
You guys
Well,
can
it's
talk
not
about your
yet.
long rest if you want. It's late. But we never talked about like watches or anything at the end of
That's
last
right,
session,
that's right,
so
that's right.
it is currently nighttime, but you haven't yet slept.
Well, I, for one, could use a rest, but I will elect for the first watch if y'all want to take it a quiet evening. Quite perceptive.
I admit my nerves are a little shot.
A little.
I'm used to training at all hours of the night, so I can take any shift that's needed.
Well, perhaps you take the middle one then, because that's the shittiest of them all. There we go. I forgot where my notes were.
Inside the ruins of this small watchtower, you find a broken set of stairs that lead up to a second floor. Poking around up there, there's a loosely hinged trapdoor that you can lift up to see into the floor of the second floor. But above is the broken ruins of the tower and the empty, dark sky above. But the ground floor itself seems to be intact enough. The door does close, and there are some arrow slit-like windows that are barred with wrought iron bars across the slits.
Perhaps it'd be prudent to barricade the door.
I agree. I also think it might be worth me taking my watch upstairs if we barricade that door. eyes in the sky don't lie.
Andy, what kind of skill would it be to barricade the door?
Crafting.
All right. I probably won't do a lot of the heavy lifting, but I can supervise.
Sure. Or something more specific if you had like a specific like engineering.
Now, crafting
carpentry.
sounds good. I like
Okay.
crafting. Could somebody possibly help me with their strength check as I dictate?
I need some strength.
Man, what a dictator.
Dictate.
You guys notice that I'm flexing, but it's not impressive. And then look a little abashed that no one selected me.
So I'll take an aid from Chris
Got it.
with his strength.
Rolling strength. I was looking up something. What are you trying to do?
Barricade the door.
Oh, okay.
You find some crates off into the corner of the watchtower. Lee, you would be able to break up and maybe use for some sort of a makeshift barricade.
Okay, you just want me to roll d20?
Athletics is fine.
Athletics? Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, while you're over near those crates, you actually see there's a skeleton behind them.
Oh, wonderful.
Okay, I have another wayward. Hey, check it out. First roll of the night.
Hell yeah.
Grabs, he picks up one crate in each arm and just on his shoulders.
Oh, I say there's a skeleton.
Does he make his pecs dance while he does it?
Yeah.
All right. So I can take a circumstance.
+2 to your +2 bonus for the critical success. Yeah.
Does some lunges while he's carrying the crates.
+2.
Somehow doesn't push up. We don't know how.
Did that work? Wait, hold on. No, I want to roll you. There we go. +2. Roll. Ooh, glad I had all that.
Okay.
All right.
You get a barricade on the door. No problemo. Mixed amongst next to where you see the skeleton over there. It has tattered clothing on it. It's clearly long dead. The flesh and fleshy bits have long since decayed away. Picked clean. However, there are still some tattered cloth clothing on it. A dry rotted set of leather armor that crumbles at the touch. A rusted dagger, and it looks to be a small, again, dry rotted leather pouch.
Open that pouch.
Alright. The snap is rusted shut, but the leather crumbles easily at your touch. Inside, you actually see a small wooden scroll case, as well as a wrapped, like a bundle of wrapped oiled cloth.
I'm gonna undo the scroll case.
Inside you see a crudely drawn map of a land titled Barovia.
Oh my god, that's where we are.
Look at this. I'm gonna spread it out on the one of the crates.
Right. You see something very similar to what you see on the landing page.
Look at the landing page.
But that's basically what you're seeing.
I can't go to the landing page.
Is Barovia a place that we actually know of?
You've never heard of it.
Okay.
The landing page might be up a level. Can you go up a level with navigation of the scenes?
If I click on Curse of Strahd, I can go to
Curse of Strahd.
Session
The
1.
house. Yeah.
go to Curse of Strahd, and I can go to.
Oh, there's an up arrow.
Ruined
Oh, no,
Tower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Earlier there was a tab with.
Sorry, I have to.
thing.
There, now it's there.
There it is. Okay.
There we go.
I see it.
I'd added in for navigation for all of you.
Oh, look at that landing page.
So that's what the map looks like.
Oh, you click at the clock and it's a calendar. I mean, look at that.
Whoa!
Wow.
Where do you think we are?
Clearly, we're by this little thing right there.
Ooh.
And I point at a random thing on the map.
Opens the party sheet.
Yeah. Sick.
You know, I'm pretty handy with maps. Let me take a look at this.
Excuse me while I'll whip this out.
Just FYI for leveling, since Andy, you said we're doing the automatic bonus progression. At level 3, you get skill potency, which means you choose one skill and add a +1 potency bonus to it. I don't think it does that automatically, so you're gonna have to do that manually.
Whoa!
Wait, what? Any skill we want gets a +1 to it?
Yeah.
That's dope as
What?
fuck. I might actually level perception instead of performance.
The
I don't-
level
perception
2, the
is
attack
a
potency, I
skill.
think
Oh.
it did automatically, but the skill potency, I don't think it does.
How do you
Okay.
How do I do it? What do I do?
Andy said hi.
Hi.
Yeah.
Potency. I see it.
Perception is not considered a skill, I believe. Generally, you can't fuss with perception like you can with other skills. Is my understanding of it. So probably you couldn't do the potency on perception.
Yeah, I think
So
perception's
looks
like a
like
separate thing.
Yeah, it's not technically a skill.
So any skill we can add a +1 to.
Correct.
Yeah.
Anything on your skills page, basically.
So you just
And-
click on the number, and then at the bottom
Yeah.
it will say, you know, that you
Drop
can add a
down.
modifier, and you select under type, you select potency, and then you have to give it a name,
Cool.
and then you add it. So I just put ABP for automatic bonus progression.
Yeah,
That's
it's potency. That's to
totally
make up for the lack of potency magic items you guys are going to be getting, basically.
We still there's a different. There's also a level potency, or is that? Is there a second potency, or is it just a skill?
I think it's just a skill.
Why doesn't it not work in there?
Yeah, I get a name.
Yeah, you gotta give it a name.
So I get automatic bonus progression thing, and then
And
type.
then potency under the.
Type is potency. Yeah, type is
Type.
potency.
I'm gonna add modifier.
Yep.
Then wouldn't it become? Why
Should
you not
become-
do things when I do things?
Plus. Would be.
See, and then I rolled my athletics, which is what I boosted. So now it's strength, expert, and then the ABP bonus.
Because it should be mine should be +11 when it's.
Yeah, it looks like yours has not added the ABP bonus.
Did it add the other thing that I get?
Yeah. Rachel's got it level 3 +1.
It also didn't add the.
You should probably power cycle.
I'm gonna power cycle.
There you go.
I'm gonna delete it. Alright, let's try this again.
Good catch, Chris. Have an extra hero point.
Yes.
Wow!
You done did it.
Rules lawyering for the win.
Yeah, suck it. Now I get it. 30? Alright, let's do this. I mean, and I hand you the map back and I say, we're right there.
Where? Right there.
But then I quickly look around to see if there's any water around us.
You see that there is a small stream that was running along the side of the road nearby, because you're just a little ways off of the road that goes right past this watchtower.
Oh, we could be here. There's many towers in this map. You never quite can tell with towers. And maybe this over here is not really a windmill, but it's a tower. I'm not sure where we are.
Do you see the manor anywhere?
Yep. I don't. I'm gonna be
I
honest
suppose
with
it could
you.
be this.
It's nighttime, right? Isn't it? Or at least like dusk or something.
Well, I don't see that on the map. What time of day it is?
Do you see it in the clock?
If there's a clock, I don't know what I'm gonna do with myself.
I suppose this could be the manor too, but that looks like a farmland.
Well, yeah, but it's just a little house. Because remember, it was kind of near the woods, but wasn't near the woods.
On the prairie.
Little house on the prairie.
Pa.
This is the manor. What's
Oh,
the
here's the
town
manor.
that's next to it? And we didn't see it.
Isn't that map dope?
That
Map
is
is
dope.
dope. Dope map.
Well, I don't have a clue how to read this thing. It's probably upside down.
There's a stream next to the road, so that's a good clue. Maybe this is the manor.
Andy, I'm gonna head up at the tower. I want to make sure there's nothing up there.
See if you can see any landmarks.
Sure.
As I'm climbing up, Silas, you hear in your ear, I'll keep an eye out for landmarks, but I'm not near you. It's in your head.
I respond back to you in your head.
Okay. Well.
Oh, you have some weird, creepy ghost sibling link now.
Yeah. That's what I was wondering.
I whisper back to Rachel, no, Rose, it's a thing I can do because I can do it. You can reply to this message.
As you climb to the... Are you trying to climb up the ruined part of the tower?
You said there was a trapdoor at the top, right?
So basically there's the stairs that go up, that lead up to like a trapdoor that you can swing open.
Yes, I want to
that
go
goes
up this.
like the second floor, like the floor above you.
Yeah, I want to go up there because I'm hoping to get a better view of our surroundings. Plus, it might be a good place to keep watch for my shift.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to see if there's a good viewpoint out from there. If not, I'm gonna be down with the arrow slits.
So yeah, as you go in there, you climb up to, you get up to about here, I'd say,
Okay.
where the second floor starts. You look like there would be stairs that would lead up to like the third story, but they're crumbled about halfway up. The floor to the third story has collapsed, and the roof above the third story is basically all broken. So there's a lot of rubble here on the second floor. From the collapsed top of the tower. You could, if you wanted to get high, you could probably try to manually climb up to the top. But as of right now, you're on a little bit of a promontory overlook, so you can see a bit out here if you just want to pause from here and look.
Yeah, I would probably maybe climb up a little bit onto the staircase where it still looks pretty sturdy. I wouldn't.
Sure.
I'm pretty hurt. I'm not going to risk myself at the moment, but just trying to get a good view of the land. And I'd like to try to get to a place where I can see the entrance to the tower, because I'm also, if I'm going to camp out here, I want to be able to make sure no one's sneaking in.
Sure. As you look out, you see dense woods, the same twisted, deciduous trees that you saw before. You're on a bit of a rocky promontory here. But you can see below you the stream is quickly lost into the woods again, and the road, so you can see it for maybe a quarter mile or so. It's pretty quickly overtaken by the trees. For as far as you can see, there are woods.
I message Silas and kind of relay that information. Look for something on a rocky promenade with a road and a river and all the other things that Andy just described. You see anything like that on the map?
On a rocky promenade, you say?
Some people call it a promenade.
Alright, describe it again, but this time slower.
Dense woods. Rocky
Dense woods.
promenade.
Rocky Promenade.
A stream that's quickly lost into the woods.
Stream lost into the woods. Huh?
That could have also been a road lost into the woods. I typed real quick.
They're looking at a map, Rachel. In case you're making a character while you play.
I guess that could be. This right here.
Wait, point to it on the map. Oh, I see it. Interesting. Question is, where do we head after?
After this? So where are we here? Maybe?
I mean, it's very possible.
If you're looking out this way, or if you're looking that way.
Interesting. Well,
Where did we
Andy, do I
come
have a
from,
pretty
though?
good view of the entrance to the tower?
Yeah, you can at least see like the path that leads up to the tower.
Okay. I'm definitely going to stay put here until my watch is over. So you all tell me when you're ready to rest, and I'll keep my peepers open.
I wish we
It's
had
quickly-
some bedrolls or something.
Growing cold. It is a brisk autumn night.
I will toss a blanket, everyone. I think I've grabbed. How many did I grab? I grabbed a bunch.
That's right, she did.
Remember when I said we
Right.
need to grab things like lanterns,
Mhm.
blankets?
That's smart. That's smart. I have some
gonna-
fancy clothes.
I'll
I
send a
grabbed-
message.
4 blankets and a cooking pot. You're welcome.
Nice. I'll send a
Dope.
message to Corvus. Do you still have that flint? Maybe we can set up a fire before the watches start.
Oh my god, I'm all the way up here, but yeah, I'll send it down. How long does telekinesis hand? 30 feet. Yeah, you watch as the trapdoor kind of, and then a hand just kind of floats a little bit close, and then just you hear, "Well, get ready to catch it," and it just disappears as the flint drops to the ground.
All right, I'll try to catch it, I guess.
Sure.
Lee, maybe you could, I don't know, break one of those boxes for some tinder?
Say no more. And Lee's gonna karate chop.
It's a Karate Kid training video happening right now.
He's like, here, hold this board for me.
Silas holds it, but his hands are like shaking.
It doesn't break, it just gets chucked halfway across the map.
Alright, Andy, I'm gonna try to light a fire with my survival.
Okay. Go for it. Must be a question of how long it takes.
Wow.
That's pretty good.
Yep. Yeah, it doesn't take too long. You're able to get it.
Alright. We'll just have to stoke this through the night, whoever's on watch.
Stoke it.
And I'm gonna cozy down into a blanket, and I'm gonna go bed.
I didn't hear anything about stoking it. I'm definitely not stoking that fire. Just full disclosure, my 4-hour watch is gonna be watch it out. Oh, but it's dark as fuck, isn't it? Ugh.
I wouldn't worry about it.
Yeah, it's probably
I'm
okay.
not terrified at all. I also have no spells. It's gonna be great.
I don't know if you guys have ever done like actual like stoking fires at night, but we did like a camping thing as part of a Southwest trip. It was in Utah, and they gave like they had tents and stuff, and they had like a stove that you could put wood in to keep you warm.
Yeah, that's cool.
So I tried it, and like it wasn't like the biggest or the thickest pieces of wood, but they lasted maybe like an hour, and that was it.
Yeah, keep putting it in. Yep.
So these busted ass crates are gonna last about 40 minutes.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
hope you're nice and warm.
We also have a cooking pot. You cooking?
You can cook it.
All right.
Yeah, but I'm gonna keep my peepers open.
Got it. Is there anything else you guys would like to do before the evening sets?
Are we all maxed out on health? Or is anyone still hurt?
Hell no!
Oh, well, here.
I'm still injured.
Yeah.
I'm at
Alright.
18 out of
Injured.
38.
Alright, I can do some medicine before we go to bed.
Andy, are you going to allow that to happen before I walked all the way up to the tower, or do I have to come back down?
That's fine.
Sweet.
You're only like a stair, up the stairs, anyways.
Exactly, she can climb up to me.
I'm not gonna do that.
I come down! I come down!
Watch out for that trick knee.
Injured bad.
Yeah, I don't remember what that does, but you got a 20.
So if you add the treat wounds action to your
I
exploration,
think I
Yeah,
already have that.
It'll
I
do
do
it
have
for you.
that'll do it all.
Oh, that's just battle medicine. I need a
Yeah, you need the treat wounds.
That'll be on your exploration tab.
Oh,
And then you can choose if you want to do it at a higher level or not.
Yeah, I don't.
Or maybe that was just an elderberry thing. An elderberry thing!
I think you took that one too.
Treat. Treat wounds, and then I have bloop.
Boop-a-doop.
Are you treating me?
Yes.
Just in case you fail, I want to know who takes damage.
That's not what I wanted.
Treat wounds.
I made it in action. Why isn't it?
Script macro.
That's not what I want.
No.
I wanna active. Oh, now it's active. No, how do I just do it? I want the script macro. How do I just make it happen?
Did you add it to your actions tab?
It's under exploration. Can I put it under encounter? No, it's not under encounter. It's here. It says active. Active.
I don't have the medicine skill. Can you click on treat wounds?
Active activity stop. What is this? What is this shit?
Activate.
Alright, I want action. Treat wounds. And I drag it over.
Script macro?
Huh, that's me! I'm badly injured.
Oh.
So it's here, and I can toggle active. No.
There's
Oh,
a treat
the,
wound below it.
Like the treat wounds, like with the little slash thing.
Yeah,
I think
It-
that'll-
macro.
I can tell you it definitely changed from when I was a healer.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't do it because I'm not
And
trained.
then
in
you can say
medicine.
treat wounds. Yep.
Treat
Pick your
them
skill.
wounds.
You pick the DC.
There we go. Okay.
Oh, it's happening!
Yeah.
Oh
What's
my!
happening?
You did
I'm,
it.
I'm feeling so
Dylan did it.
healthy. I'm gonna go back upstairs.
Okay. Who else?
That was dope.
I
thank
could
you.
use some healing.
Yeah, I could also.
Okay, this one is for Lee. It is less exciting. Yeah, that one.
Still sounded good though.
And then 10 minutes later.
Woo-wee.
Okay.
Did you need the tokens out there for it?
Did I what?
Did you need the tokens, or can I delete them?
What tokens?
Never mind. That answers my question. Cool.
Damn tokens.
Just throwing off all my light, my ambience.
Ambiance.
Ambiance.
Well, whoever is taking first watch,
Depth.
as you all start to rest for the night, the moon. Let's look
Let's look at the moon.
Let's look at the calendar. It looks like it is if the moon works the same way here, we have a waxing crescent. Tonight, whoever's on first watch, throw me a secret perception.
Secrets. Well, it didn't sound horrible or good.
Corvus. What are you thinking about for 4 hours on your own?
Corvus has probably got his hat off. His long, luscious locks are rippling in the breeze. He's fiddling with a very black crow feather in his hat, and kind of reminiscing, striking out on his own, and a couple of the towns that he's crossed and made an impact on, kind of like creaks open the trap door and looks down at the companions that he's kind of fallen in with, gives a nice little smile, and just thinks about, I think perhaps these individuals could do some good in the world. And he's gonna like slowly leave the trapdoor, like close.
Mm-hmm. As you, your hand idly brushes at the black feather in your hat, you feel an odd sense of satisfaction with helping the spirits in the house find some closure. Felt personal connection to the despair there. Feel like at least your actions may have put some sort of bit of that story to rest.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna probably go, well, Vizzy, it's you and me for the long haul, I guess.
You feel a warmth on your hand as if a dog licked it.
Huh. I think we are gonna be just good pals.
Your shift passes uneventfully.
I'm gonna put my hat back on, quietly opening the trapdoor, tiptoeing down to wake up Lee, but it's gonna be like kind of a boot. It's kind of bumping you in the shoulder because I'm afraid of what might happen if I get too close and I wake you up. So it's like, Lee, the shift's done. Lee.
Like as soon as your boot touches his shoulder, he kind of like rolls out of bed and immediately like assumes like a defensive stance.
Yeah, I
figured. Like, calms down.
Does he yell, "Mountain stance"?
He looks like he's about to.
Lee seems like the type that would announce his final move.
No, he's fine. It just, if my calculations are right, it's been a couple of hours. I'm plumb tugged.
Yeah, get some rest. I got it from here.
I'm already asleep on the ground. Hat's just over my face.
Lee climbs up to the top of not the top tower, the second floor, I guess, and he'll take up the watch.
Lee, as you have some time to reflect on the activities in Durst Manor, what are your thoughts? Where do your thoughts go to?
He actually kind of thinks back to the Slaughtered Ox Inn and Francesca and her missing husband, and kind of wonders, what's happened to them and if they're ever going to find her husband or her ever again.
You find yourself. Would you like to describe how you're tapping into some of the newfound knowledge you're gaining?
Yeah, he let's see. He kind of pulls out the amber shard that he had, not separate from the amber shard that was in the Durst Manor. And he kind of just, like rubs his thumb over it and, kind of stares into it. And kind of enters like a meditative trance as he kind of contemplates what he sees inside this amber shard.
As your mind wanders, and sinks into the depths of amber as you gaze into it, sort of lose focus for a moment as your focus drifts. You see similar silhouetted forms that you've seen before in the familiar dance of martial art forms silhouetted on a mountaintop. You focus on these. You feel your body, your muscles sort of twitching to mirror minorly the movements that you see. Begin to learn some knowledge that has been lost.
Lost knowledge.
Please roll for me a secret perception check.
Wow.
I did.
Oh, great. Got it. As you are maybe not going through the forms fully, but thinking through them in your mind and at the same time watching out, you see silhouetted against the fairly dark sky, almost imperceptible, you see look to be like a flock of flying creatures flying pretty far away. Very small, looks like a small dark cloud, but it's flying against the wind. Not towards you or anything, but they seem to dip above the trees for a while and then dip back into it.
Okay. He'll try to just like make a mental note of which direction he sees them relative to the tower.
Sure.
But that's it.
You do so. It looks to be along the same direction as the road.
Okay.
Your shift passes otherwise uneventfully.
Okay. He'll climb down the tower, and he looks at Ro and Silas, and chooses to wake up Ro for the final shift.
Is it because Silas is sleeping with like a teddy bear?
They listen.
It's actually a big like stuffed potion bottle.
And he says, Ro, it's your shift. I thought about Silas, but I don't know.
You made the right call.
Fair.
She will nod and head up for her shift.
Okay. Ro, how are you feeling coming out of the harrowing experience at Durst Manor?
She's wondering if this was part of the intended mission, or if she's gotten so totally sidetracked. But suspects that this is probably part of. This is all tied into the disappearances and maybe why she was sent to this town. She's also thinking about the missing man. How his wife is distraught and they're supposed to find him.
Roll for me your secret perception check, please.
Secret. Secret.
Okay. As you're watching out of the broken watchtower, you see on the grounds here, on the hillock of the overlook, there's a small graveyard. Only a few stones here, but you're guessing there's some no like headstones or anything. However, you notice that carved into the top of one of the marking stones in the graveyard is a familiar icon. You recognize it from your holy symbol.
A graveyard, you're saying?
Get out in the morning.
Sure. Your shift passes uneventfully.
Did we complete a long rest?
You did.
Yes, I clicked the button.
Dawn rises with the sun rising. You notice that even as the sun is rising, there is like a thick layer of mist, even up in the sky, thick clouds, making the sun not really shining completely on the land and giving it a dull gray hue all the time. The sun does, however, rise from the direction you were coming from. So behind you along the road.
To the east, you say.
Possibly
So we
near
must
a
have come this
graveyard.
way.
But it is now morning.
Oh. Wait, no.
Oh.
Oh.
What's happening?
What is this town? Is this town the one place that we were at? Things are happening? I think this is the manor. I think that's the manor.
You think that's the manor up there, huh?
I think so. I'm
How
not
do you
sure.
do the long rest as a player?
There's a
It's
little
bed on your main page.
Top left.
Also, can we talk about that?
I
This
see.
looks like a wolf. Is it supposed to look like a wolf? Because it looks like a wolf.
Kinda.
I want to go to Wolf Cave.
I don't remember crossing a bridge though. Did we cross a bridge?
I mean, we just appeared here, right?
I don't know.
Rosalina, by the time you come down from the tower, you find Corvus and Silas are both huddled over a map. And are having a bit of a discussion.
The sun is rising over this way.
Well, how do we know where the sun rises?
Sun rises in the east.
So says you. If only we had more points of interest to know where we are, like a graveyard or something.
I'm gonna use know the way
Oh,
to know
no.
which direction is north
Sure.
and to know from what direction we traveled in last night. So I
Could
know
you,
what,
could
I
you,
know what
link
way is
that?
north, and I know what direction the manor is in.
Yeah, do you mind linking that spell so I can figure that out?
That's pretty cool.
Anyway, while we're trying to figure this out, I need some time. I'm gonna
Time?
spread out my alchemist kit in the corner and start doing some alchemy.
Silas,
10
before
minutes.
you start your hocus pocus, I believe you owe me something.
Owe you something.
Yeah, my flint and steel. It's very dear to my heart. I found it just yesterday.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm gonna give it back to you.
Excellent. I didn't want to take it out of my inventory. While you start fucking with your potions, I'm gonna start reading this sacrifice log. See if there's anything more to it.
Sure. It's real disturbing.
I'm in it. I'm in it for the long haul.
Bro, cast your spell. I'm guessing this is a spell you're pretty familiar with and have used frequently in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. As you're going through your spellcasting prayer, your ritual to gain this knowledge about directions, your senses go through several moments of disorientation as your direction sense swims and spins this way and that.
I
The
don't
direction
like
of
that.
north
Nope.
for several moments twists as if you are a compass sitting upon a magnet.
Oh, I hate that.
And after a few moments of this disorientation and focus, your internal needle settles and It's almost as if you focusing on the sun and in your mind forcing the sun to the east. You know that is the direction you came from last night. And you know that north is east and north are situated in the same direction. Although something about this land makes you have a feeling that the terms of direction that you're used to don't have as much meaning here.
Okay. She will point and say, that's north. She'll point and say, that's east. That's where we came from. But nothing about this land makes sense, and I don't know that we can trust that.
Well, shit.
And then she walks into the graveyard.
Sure. You find the prominent sign that you noticed last night on one of the larger stones. As you walk betwixt the stones, you see that several of them have similar icons carved on them. This one was just carved more deeply and maybe more larger than the others.
How recent are these gravestones?
They have no text on them at all. The stone itself is worn from weather, rain and wind, and through several years of freezing.
She'll stand in front of the largest one and sort of trace the symbol with her finger for a while and pray.
Sure.
Andy, I quietly followed her. I'm not saying anything. I'm just watching.
Okay. You have exceeded Rosalina's passive perception, so...
I'm just leaning against a recent gravestone between the tower and where she's at, kind of keeping an eye on things. Not creepily, I'm just watching.
The stones here aren't so much as headstones as they are more like flat stones that have been laid over graves to keep animals from digging them up. But several of them seem to have been carved with some sort of chisels or stoneworking tools with just some holy symbols of some kind. You're welcome to roll a religion check if you wish.
Hell yeah, dude!
You don't have to.
Oh, that's the best I could have done.
That's a good one. Yeah, you haven't paid much attention to religions. However,
symbology.
This is, I would say, since you're not actually trained in religion, you're not going to gain many details about this, but looks kind of like a symbol to Lathander, the Morning Lord.
Okay.
All right. Anything else you guys would like to do this morning?
I do not look like that, Rachel. How dare you? I have a hat.
Just sitting in the graveyard creeping.
Spaghetti.
If she does that for long enough, I will start just absentmindedly kind of humming to myself, taking in the day.
All right. What's happening in chat?
Spaghetti. I don't know what happened. This guy just jumped out and started yelling spaghetti at me.
All right. You guys are able to go through all your morning preparations without any issue?
All right.
So preparing your spells and everything, no problem. And whenever you wish, you may move on with your day.
I'm going to stop Rose before she walks back for, I don't know how long it takes you, Ro, to finish
7
this.
hours.
Jesus. I didn't think it'd take you this long. And as you're kind of walking back, I kind of nod to you and I follow absent-mindedly behind you and you hear, Lee can handle himself, but I'm a little concerned about Silas. I plan to take him under my wing and, keep an eye on him. I don't know how he'd do in a fight, like a real fight, when he's not possessed by someone bewitching him.
I think what Silas needs most is faith in him. And he needs that from us and himself. He'll figure it out.
I don't know if I could have said it better myself. I think we're going to be just friends, and I'm going to keep following you.
Oh, you got friend zoned already.
We're gonna be just friends.
Just hunky-dory friends.
Thank you for setting clear expectations
Well, I
about
don't
the
want
boundaries of our relationship.
I don't like to lead people along. I'm not that kind of bod.
Andy, after I'm done doing my alchemy, I'll head back over to the map, and I would like to follow a lead on the map. Being the lead being Barovia itself. I want to try to figure what this place is all about.
All right. Go ahead and roll a society check.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. I'm going to put on my investigate thing.
You have an investigate thing?
I do.
Well.
Beats.
Wow.
All right. Investigate designated subject, and then I'm going to roll society. You say?
Yes, sir.
Damn.
Nice.
Okay.
I'll hero point that.
Okay.
Why not? I got one.
Good. YOLO.
That's better.
Nice. Nice.
You pour over this map for a while. It doesn't have a scale worth mentioning, and clearly not very many markings on it. The thing that bothers you about it is from what Corvus reported about there being woods in all directions. Just doing quick calculations for yourself of what you know about cartography and how far people can generally see from elevated heights, you're not even sure that you're on the map. Unless the map scale is much larger than you would expect from a regional map like this, the amount of woods that Corvus saw probably far exceeds any stretch of roads that you see marked on this map within the woods. So you're not even sure that you're here, that you're in Barovia.
Silas kind of whispers to himself, "This is odd. It doesn't make any sense."
Either that or the scale is, like I said, much larger than you would expect from a regional map.
Right.
But you have made a successful lead.
I'll roll it up and stow it.
Sure.
And smoke it?
Lee pops his head over your shoulder and he's like, "What doesn't make any sense?"
How do you move so quietly?
Sorry, I was just kind of doing some
Oh, it's okay.
training.
Just give me a second. Okay. I'll roll the map back out. From what Corvus described from the top of the tower, where we are compared to where we are on this map, it's just, I don't think we're on this map. Either that or this map is deceptive in some way.
Well, based on what we saw in that house, I wouldn't be surprised if it is tricky.
It just seems odd having a map for some place that we don't even know if we're there. I wonder what this poor fellow is up to. And I'll toss my head toward the skeleton.
Did anyone see any signs of fires or people or lights during any of their watches?
I did see a large flock of flying somethings off in that direction when he nods his head. Where we saw the flying creatures.
Well, that's concerning.
I want to head back up now that it's daylight and see if I see like any smoke anywhere or what looks like it might be any signs of civilization.
Sure. Roll me a perception check.
Can I get in on that? Can I look around too?
Sure.
I'll also look around.
Naption.
Out of curiosity. Come on, Chris, get up here and take a look.
I mean, everyone's doing it.
I'll
Excuse me,
look
pardon me.
around.
Excuse me.
We ain't seen shit.
Okay.
Duly noted.
None of you, as you're looking around, see
I don't see shit.
any sort of smoke or buildings sticking out from the woods.
This is hopeless. All we can
No.
do is follow the road.
I mean, don't lose hope, my friend. We have a direction, we have a point, and we have us.
Andy, there is only one road leading from the house, and it hasn't branched. Is that correct?
Has not branched. Correct.
Okay.
Oh, can we still see the house?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Can't
never
see the
mind.
house.
Well, remember the house collapsed into the ground and
Down on
turned
the
into a
ground.
crater.
Well,
Did
do
the-
we see the crater?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Did the road end at the house or did it go by the house?
Went by the house.
Okay.
Could you maybe point on the map where we might be?
Nope.
That was worth a shot. Well,
So we have two directions to go, basically.
Mhm.
you know, sometimes I'm up to let fate decide. Reach in my pocket for a coin. I mean, unless y'all have a better solution.
I trust whatever Ro says.
Oh,
You see what I mean?
we should continue the way we started.
I look to your guidance, and I put my coin back in my pocket.
Sounds like as good a plan as any.
Well, onto the road we go, and I'm gonna start heading in that direction.
I'm going to attempt to like stick to the road while we travel, but like keep eyeballs out for any sort of forageable food,
Sure.
and also
idea.
keep my crossbow out and ready in case like an animal that was large enough to eat is flushed out.
Sure.
Speaking of which, does anyone need any weapons? Are we good on weapons? Like, I mean, Lee uses his fists. I'm using a short sword, but like, we have some other things if we need it.
I'm good. I've got a crossbow, a mace, and a shield, and a breastplate, so I'm pretty set.
Silas, do you need anything? I hand you a blood-stained dagger.
I still have my silver dagger. Let me look here.
I'll
On
put
that
those
note-
back in my pocket.
As you guys are looking at your equipment,
Oh shit.
the steak knives that were taken from the room
My silver dagger.
have aged considerably since leaving the house. They're now tarnished and dull.
Oh,
Just the steak knives or everything?
That like the silverware that was taken out.
Okay,
Not like
yeah.
everything we found in the house.
I'll throw mine on the ground.
And a fire poker.
I guess
So-
I will take that knife.
I hand you a blood-stained dagger.
Can you put in the stash?
Oh, I'm gonna put it up in this stash.
Also, a
so
chain
hard.
shirt in the stash, and I threw bedrolls in the stash that I made out of blankets.
Wow! I
Oh,
take
that's
one.
really good.
No, I take one. I said. Move.
I will say that anything you guys want to leave in the tower, you can just leave in the stash. Otherwise, put it in your inventories.
Anyone want this chain shirt?
Why is this not?
You know what I should have done after I shot all those silvered bolts was collect them, but I didn't do that.
I can just carry the chain shirt if we want to try to sell it later.
I don't think chain shirt is something we're gonna want to hang on
Oh, it's
to.
because I gotta take it from here. Okay, so
So,
steak
yeah, we've got a
knife.
chain shirt and a lantern.
Steak knife is
left.
rusted now.
Yep.
But I do have a rusted bloodstained dagger. I mean, it's bloodstained.
There was a regular dagger in the.
Yeah, I took that too.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. Take all the daggers.
I'll take this chain shirt.
Does
Anyone
anyone
need a
want a
lantern?
longsword?
No, I want this mace.
And is this longsword worth anything? 0. Fuck it. Get out of here, longsword.
It's probably, yeah, it'll be worth like a normal. It's
Drop it like
decorative.
it's
It might
hot.
be worth a little bit more than a normal longsword.
Oh, well, let's put that back in my inventory then.
Also, if we can show the seal to people, they might know something about it.
Because it has the windmill seal on it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Anyone need a lantern?
A longsword is a normal longsword is worth 1 gold piece, Abe.
In fact, I think I still have my lantern equipped, so I'm unequipping that. I'm stowing it for now.
I have 2 lanterns if anyone needs one.
Right. Onward along the road. Okay.
As we were kind of like just strolling along, Lee
Strolling
kinda
along.
turns to Silas, and he says, "Silas, I think there's something we should discuss.
What do you mean?
Back in the house when Ro used her healing magic, and you seemed to get hurt by it.
Oh, yeah, that.
What's that about?"
What's the fucking deal with that?
I may be cursed.
Cursed? Like how?
Cursed like holy magic, and he's gonna kind of sheepishly look over at Ro. Hurts me instead.
How did
There's
this person
some way to-
come about?
Listen. It's not important, and I really don't feel like talking about it. But at least you know now, right? I promise, I'm no danger to you. I mean, look at me. Do I look like a danger?
To a dandelion.
He kind of looks over at the corpus.
I mean, you stepped on one just a moment ago. I'm pretty sure it's not going to make it.
There are no
Yes.
dandelions in Barovia.
Yes. Thank you, but he's right. I couldn't hurt a fly unless it's with one of these, and he holds up a little bottle with some glowing flame-looking liquid in it.
Maybe there's some way we could lift the curse.
Believe me, I've looked into it. It's honestly, it's not going to be a problem unless I die, and that's not going to happen, right? Because you guys are going to keep me alive.
But you get hurt by holy magic.
Yes, I did say it was a curse, not a blessing.
Interesting. What if it's unholy magic?
I mean, regular healing, yes, I can do that. That's why I have these elixirs of life. And he holds up a couple red bottles as well, and just jingles them around.
I think what he's asking is if
You know,
someone were to use unholy magic, like
perhaps,
might cure someone of the undead variety, would that also cure you?
exactly. Like if
I
haunting
honestly-
him wrecked your eardrums, would it be actually pleasant to the ear?
I honestly don't know. I've never tried.
Well, I'm willing to give it a shot.
Seems awfully dangerous.
Don't worry, we can you can eventually heal.
Let's maybe let's hold that in our back pocket.
An invisible hand squeezes your butt pocket, Dane.
Would you stop that? God, that's weird.
I'm sorry, it came with the house destruction.
Does this have I ever heard about anything like this curse he's talking about, or does it even make sense?
I believe we pronounce it as a curse.
I mean, you would know of curses as far as like this specific curse. They're generally bespoke curses in general. You can roll in a cult, I suppose.
If he were lying and was not a curse but was actually some sort of undead creature,
Yep.
would I be able to tell with like a medicine check?
You can try to give him a physical or something if that's
Whoa!
what you want to do. You want to
maybe
give him check his pulse? Like, I don't know. You can do it. It'll probably require touching him, maybe some consent. I don't know.
All right, maybe next time I treat his wounds. Next time I treat his wounds, I'm gonna
few things out.
Wow, she's gonna cop a feel.
Hey, listen, doctor-patient confidentiality.
Peek under the hood.
Wow.
Turn your head, cough if you want.
Wow. Cough if you're undead.
Well, that's good enough for me. I'll keep you alive, Silas. Don't you worry.
Thanks, I appreciate that. And listen, as far as where this curse came from, it's... I don't know, how do I say this?
I don't know, just bow with it.
It's genetic.
Well, I didn't get anything
Familial?
from my father either.
It's a family curse. And I don't know. I don't know how it came to be.
I mean, I'm not judging.
I feel like you're judging a little bit.
Well...
Silas doesn't laugh.
Well,
I mean,
onward then, and Lee kind of like looks down, points his head down the road, and kind of starts walking.
If it's any consolation, I mean, it's not super important, and I wasn't going to bring it up at all, but I guess I didn't anticipate being healed by a holy person. Are you some kind of cleric, a healer? I honestly don't know much about any of you.
She says, I've long been a fighter. Tested out some new waters. I suppose you could call me a cleric.
But,
you got 2 waves. Yippee! I'm Corvus, and I kind of stop and, like, bow. Corvus Knox. I've been on the road for a bit, helping here or there. You know, wherever there seems to be individuals who can't protect themselves, I've been known to sing a little song, or write a little poem, or stab someone in the throat. You know, whatever the occasion may call for. But a rapier is my favorite weapon, and this is, and he just kind of like whips it around a little bit. We'll have to do. Just sheaths it again.
Well, you seem like good enough people for people that we've just met.
What
So
if I
we've had-
cast guidance? Does that hurt you?
Are we still on that?
I
No,
just need to know. I cast guidance on you.
You've cast guidance on me several times. Thank you.
You were wincing the whole battle. I wasn't sure if it was me or something else.
I tend to do that a lot. You're not wrong there.
Okay, well, I can't help you for the next 10 minutes, so you got to figure that out. Oh, excuse me, 1 hour.
I'll kind of move from Roe and Corvus up to Lee. What's your story, big guy? Sorry, I'm trying out nicknames.
Oh,
Stuff.
yeah.
I won't do that again.
Nope, that's going to be what it is from now on. Everyone you hear it is big guy.
He says, "No, that's quite all right. I'm Lee Bektu, but most people just call me Lee. I was a student at the Dojang of Clear Sky Mountain, but well, there's no easy way to say it. The monastery was destroyed, and I never actually finished my training. So now I just kind of, I don't know. All the masters were killed. I had no one left to teach me, so I just try to learn what I can, where I can, when I can."
A wandering monk. Cool.
Wait, how was it destroyed? You piqued my interest.
It was he kind of like crushes his fist a little bit. He says it was the clan of the Black Mask. They attacked us. I saw.
Ooh, can I roll a society to see if I know anything about
Yeah,
those
I
guys?
kind of want to get in on that too. Oh, my society sucks ass. Yep. Black Mask.
I don't think you would have heard much more than rumors, Silas. It's pretty obscure. They're known as much as assassins as they are as like warrior monks. More ghost stories probably from the level of society you're at.
Wow, a shadowy organization versus a wandering monk. Man, this is the kind of stuff people write stories about.
I rip out the pages of the log and I just start scribbling it down. You said Black Mask. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, I don't. They must have been after the knowledge we kept in our libraries, but that's as much of a guess as anything. But that's in the past now. There's nothing that I can do about it, except just try to continue on and help people as best I can.
You know, Silas, your background, along with the rest of us, does not bother me at all. In fact, I think I feel more comfortable among you individuals. I think we all have a very destined personality. I continue to scribble in my book.
Rosalina, roll for me a survival check.
You're about to get attacked by RUOSs.
I don't think
Rats of unusual size.
Okay.
Don't
So you guys
even
are heading into the woods along the road. Black pools of water stand like dark mirrors around the muddy roadway. Giant trees loom on both sides of the road, their branches clawing at the mist. The air carries an unnatural chill, and the hush of silence falls over the woods like a burial shroud. After about an hour of traveling, Row, you see a small deer.
Like a dead one or a live one?
It's all.
I mean, that's a good question.
Zombie deer.
That's fair. You have seen some animals, some birds, some small
Delicious
game.
little baby.
It's not a lifeless woods. But this is the biggest game you've seen so far.
Okay, before I say what I do, I think I asked this last time, but the trees and plants in these woods, are they the same trees and plants we saw in the village before we fell asleep and got teleported?
They're decidedly different.
Okay.
You're in a different climb.
Alright. I'm gonna hold
Interesting.
up a hand so everyone stops
High five.
and is quiet. Nope. And then I'm going
Silas runs into you. Ow. Oh, sorry.
and then I'm gonna try to shoot this deer.
Alright, go ahead and make an attack roll.
Do I see what she's doing?
Sure.
I'm gonna kind of whisper, "May your arrow fly straight," and I'm gonna cast guidance on your ass. Cause I'm quite hungry.
Get you +9 survival.
Wow.
I didn't think anyone took survival. I'm proud of you.
Listen, we're gonna go into a weird fucking.
No man, that's a dump stat.
That's true. That's true. Right. I was expecting you guys to be like real hungry by the time you got to anywhere civilized.
No man, I took survival.
Yeah,
I was ready
good.
for this shit. This
Well,
cross country.
Seems like it's about to
Alright.
pay off.
Guidance.
Come up here.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Oh yeah, you get a deer.
Got that deer?
You got a deer.
That deer.
Yeah. I get it.
Yep.
I got
Well,
it.
you done it. You done it, Rose.
I should have let you like get a deer with just your survival check because like it would feel real bad if you like aced your survival check and then like failed on your attack
On my
roll.
crossbow and
So I probably should have just let you have it with your survival check.
That's fine,
But yeah,
that's
you got
fine.
a deer.
I got a deer.
Um,
Okay.
As Rose checking over a kill, I kind of walk up behind her. Do you need help butchering that at all? I know a little bit
Wow.
Sure.
about anatomy. That's all. That's all I meant.
Who are you?
I'll roll my survival check to give her a bonus to
We're traveling with Sweeney Todd, the potion maker.
cleaning the kill. Hoodah.
Yeah, 18. That makes sense.
Wow.
Silas is gonna kill us all.
What should I do? Enough.
No.
Oh yeah, for sure. As you guys are cleaning the deer, you're able to get we'll say from one deer you can get like probably about 6 rations worth of meat.
Nice.
All
Look
right.
at those rations. Meat rations.
They're obviously fresh, so like they're not going to keep super long.
Yeah.
But at the very least, you have food for today. Maybe a little bit to stave off hunger tomorrow. It's going to start getting a little weird after that.
Those are weird.
Silas is like, this is the best place to cut to drain the blood the fastest.
He actually is like that, but it's more of a medical way than a creepy way. Well,
Sure.
it probably is creepy.
Feels pretty
guys.
creepy. I've got a curse cut right here. Yeah, I'm not. Let me collect some of that blood. No reason.
You have some cleaned meat. At any point when you wanted to, stop for food, you're gonna have some meat that you could cook, and you can wrap it up in cloth or whatever you want to do in the meantime, or
Good
tear
enough.
some pages out of the book.
A sacrifice log?
Sacrifice log.
Here, just go ahead and wrap it up in this. I think it's made out of skin, but it's okay.
Good thing I brought that pot, so we don't have to eat raw deer meat.
That's right.
I'm gonna make
Boil
a
it.
stew.
Venison stew. As you guys are traveling along the road, hours pass. You have quite a bit of time. In fact,
Oops.
after about 7 hours of travel, you're getting into. You probably would have stopped for lunch at some point. Into the afternoon, however.
Da-da-da. Into the afternoon.
In the afternoon.
You're probably, I would say maybe you're like mid-afternoon. You still have a few hours like traveling. You would guess that you've traveled maybe 18, 19 miles, something like that. Heavy mists roll in across the road, creeping between the weather-worn trees like gnarled, ghostly fingers. As you watch, something catches your eye. A hunched silhouette in the fog, watching silently from the underbrush. Then, as quickly as it came, it vanishes.
You guys just hear, Silas, what rhymes with? Oh, what is that?
We all saw it, right?
Yeah?
You saw it too?
Well,
Like
I
a
don't
figure.
see it anymore. It was hunched. Or short hunched. Hunchered. I don't know. He's gone now. I was gonna say, this
Far away
poem
was
will
it?
have to wait.
Maybe 40 feet away, 50 feet away.
Yeah, I'm gonna head in that direction.
Off the path.
Off the path. I'm gonna raise shield and mace, and I go
By
off
the
the path.
gods.
Okay.
Silas, you're in front of us.
Are you
Get
sure I
you
can
going.
just stay behind you?
No, you're
Oh.
fine. Keep going.
All right, I guess I'll follow Ro.
Sure.
I got the back.
You'll make a perception check, bro.
Oh, that's what I specialized in.
You can make a perception check, too.
I'm in the back. But I'm still rolling.
You get to about where you think. You get to about where you think the figure was. You don't see anything.
No,
Are there
like,
foot
no
tracks or
sign of
anything?
tracks or anything.
You don't notice any.
Is it soft ground?
I'm going to investigate.
Yeah, it's not the money.
Mm-mm. I look back. Is the path still there that we came from?
Yeah.
Okay.
You think?
Bro, I don't know if we should leave this path. I'm not afraid by any means, but I can't see shit in this fog.
Yeah, you're right.
Maybe we all just had some kind of shared hallucination. Those happen, right?
We can get back to the path.
No, those don't happen. How often have you had shared hallucinations?
At those words,
Oh, fuck.
the gray tinged light that has been filtering through the treetops suddenly darkens. And an enormous shadow, bird, perhaps, briefly blocks out the day for all of you. It disappears, leaving not even a stir to the air in its wake.
I don't want to hear it, Silas. I don't want to hear it.
That was no hallucination.
Yeah, I'm beginning to agree with you.
The daylight blinks out once again. A reptilian silhouette soars across the heavens, bat-like wings spread wide.
Nope.
It, too, plunges into the mists, devoured by the fog.
Nope.
As dozens of tiny bird-like shadows flit among the ancient branches far above.
We need to get back to the path.
I agree with you.
I think that's what I saw earlier. Those creatures.
Come on, Ro. We need to get out of it. It's not a dragon. Those don't exist, maybe.
They most definitely do. Let's go
They
back
do.
to the path.
They do exist.
You get back to the path. Your
Oh.
footsteps quicken along the path, your boots squelching in the soft mud as you travel. More visions come, fleeting and ephemeral, like whispers on the wind. You see a tall, slender figure looming in the darkness, feathered wings spreading elegantly from its back before it, too, melts into the shadows. In the distance, a broad-shouldered silhouette lurks among the moss-covered trunks. The shadow of an axe across its shoulder as it slowly curls a clawed, swollen hand. It holds your gaze for a moment and fades back into the fog from whence it came. Final figure. A tall, cloaked silhouette sitting atop a horse, whose shadowed mane seems to ripple like flames. Flickers in the fog betwixt three ancient views. It seems to appraise you, its presence palpable even from a distance, and then a roll of distant thunder echoes across the skies. Before you can even blink, the shadow is gone, the forest falling silent once more.
I'm gonna shout into the fog. Well, not shout, but really calls out. Says, "Who are you, and what do you want?"
Want. Your voice echoes and is quickly lost in the empty woods.
That's a pretty decent trick, Ro. How did you do that?
Think any of those figures are waiting for us? Ready to strike? Strangle us with their claws? Drag us off into the mists?
They
Possibly.
can try.
I was gonna say I pull my sword.
Lee, you notice ahead along the path there seems to be a break in the mist, and perhaps a break in the woods.
Come on,
Funny,
I
you didn't
think
notice that before.
there's a gap up ahead. I think where the mist breaks off. Let's keep going.
Finally.
The fog spills out of the forest to swallow up the road behind you. Ahead, jutting from the Make lighting. I always have to remember to turn off token lighting because otherwise y'all can't see it.
Token.
I don't know how to make you guys switch scenes. Is there a way I can?
I mean,
Drag us? I think you can just drag our name from the bottom, maybe? To the
I'm
top, or
loading
just drag her
something.
a little
Yeah,
bit.
I'm loading Gates of
I'm also-
Barovia.
Gates
I'm
of
also
Barovia.
It just takes a while.
Jutting from the impenetrable woods on both sides of the road are high stone buttresses looming gray in the fog. Huge iron gates hang on the stonework. Dew clings with cold tenacity to the rusted bars. Two headless statues of armed guardians flank the gates,
Nope.
their heads now lying among the weeds at their feet. They greet you with silence.
I don't have token vision.
Well, I'm about done with this fog.
Yeah.
It's still loading for
Also, it
me.
has started to rain.
It's a little ominous.
Well, they always say it's lucky to have rain on your non-wedding day.
Is that what they say?
Everyone says it.
There are actually torches burning.
Yeah.
This is dope. I say both in and out of character.
Is the gate closed or is it kind of cracked open?
It is cracked open.
Okay.
No sign of people through the gate or watching or anything.
Only that secret perception check.
Secrets.
Secret. Perception secret.
You notice nobody.
Any tracks on this part of the path? Like foot traffic in and out of the gate in the mud?
No.
That's smart.
You do notice. So I will say, you notice some like old. There are wagon ruts here. Like this has been a traveled road. You have noticed as you've come this way, there are wagon ruts.
But even though the ground is soft, there are no boot prints.
Nothing recent.
Can I investigate that symbol above the gate?
Sure.
Is it tied to my already pursued lead in any way?
Oh.
Of the map.
A Barovia.
It is tied to your lead in some way. Yeah.
I'm going to roll. I guess I'm going to roll Society. Yeah.
Yep. Look how much society's getting rolled tonight, guys.
A lot of society.
Plus 10? Jesus.
Okay. You don't recognize this from your own knowledge of Faerunian society. However, you do take note of the Royal Eagle. It's hard to make out what it's standing on top of, but its wings are spread wide. The eagle is generally a sign of nobility or royalty of some kind.
Coat of arms.
Some sort of coat of arms. The choice of an eagle generally depicts someone more militaristic. A lot of militaristic societies use eagles. And that's not always the case. It is a bird of prey.
Andy, how big are these statues? Like the heads that have broken off, how heavy did they look?
Big. The heads themselves are probably about 3 feet high. The statues probably stand about 20 or so.
Okay, never mind. That's a big head.
Mm-hmm. These are big statues. The gates themselves that you're going through are probably about 12 feet high.
Can we fit through the gap?
Sure. Do you approach?
Lee's approaching for sure.
Yeah, I was going to say I'll approach.
Lee, as you begin approaching the gates, they begin to... And that one that was sort of ajar sort of swings the whole way open.
Nope.
He calls out,
I don't like that.
"Hello, is anybody there?"
There.
He kind of looks back at the party and shrugs, and then walks through the open gate.
Okay.
As I'm walking through, I want to check out these headless statues for anything that may stand out to me.
They're armored figures. They are headless. They both are wielding pole arms, shields, as you can see there. Time has taken their toll, and they are old. You'd say centuries old.
Their kappas have been detated from their bodies.
You don't notice any kind of like extrinsic damage. There's nothing that like intentionally broke those heads off, you think, but like you don't see that there's like hammer or chisel marks that would have broken them off. But it's also weird that both of them fell off as well, kind of the same place.
Yep, I don't like that.
Do you all go through the gate?
Yeah,
And
follow Lee's lead.
Fuck. I'm gonna walk through the gate.
As the last of you go through the gate, you hear a creak as the gate closes completely behind you.
I'll go back over and see if I can open it again.
Athletics check.
All right.
Nope.
Oh no, we're trapped.
They don't budge.
Well, at least nothing from the woods will sneak in behind us.
As you turn around from the gate, you notice the woods start about 30 feet ahead of you.
Of course they do. Fuck.
Looks like the woods begin anew on the other side of the gates.
Damn, how did I not see these woods?
All right. Nobody panic. Nobody panic. Corvus, stop panicking.
I've never panicked in my life.
All right. If there's any good news, there was a gate or several gates on the map. I'm going to pull the map out again.
Yes, look at that map.
Time to go to the secret map.
There's a gate here.
I mean,
and somewhere else too. Or maybe that was it. I don't remember.
I see 2 gates on the map.
gates?
It looks like. It's one on like the far east, and then one that's kind of in the middle.
Oh yeah, there. There.
well,
We were coming from the east, wasn't that right?
Maybe we came from off the map in the mist. Maybe this is the mist along the border.
Yeah, that would make sense. Assuming the map isn't trying to trick us in some way.
Well,
I
we are
hate this
here.
map.
That means there's a town up ahead.
Why is
And
yours
we
a
don't have to worry
triangle
about it.
and mine's a
Because-
circle?
Because when I hit Alt, it makes an alert ping.
Oh, I love that. But that also makes a lot of sense. You said earlier you felt like you weren't on the map.
Yeah, and that would make sense if we were in the mists back here.
Well, there's
I'm
nothing
glad-
to do but go forward, I guess.
So we may know where we are now. That's good, right? He's gonna look to Ro. Well then, onward. Maybe we can get something to eat in that town.
I mean, we have deer. You dare to kill a king's dare.
Well, if we are right, we should be exiting the woods somewhat soon.
Lead the way, big guy. I mean, Lee.
Come on, Silas. And I grab your arm, like arm in arm, and I start dragging you along.
He literally drags his feet. I really think Lee should go first.
It's fine. He's got the back this time.
Yeah, I can cover the rear.
Towering trees whose tops are lost in heavy gray mist block out all but death gray light. The tree trunks are unnaturally close to one another, and the woods have the silence of a forgotten grave, yet exude the feeling of an unvoiced scream. After only a few minutes of travel from the gate, it has been but a single road, but you begin to catch the scent of death on the air.
Not the scent I wanted to catch.
Silas,
like
is
Silas.
that you? Or is that the scent of death?
He kind of laughs to himself, but
No, I'm being serious. Is that you? Because I'm concerned. And I hold up my hand like a stop.
it's a little potent.
Maybe Silas has the scent of undeath.
I always
Well,
get confused with those herbs. They're very similar.
I'm definitely not dead. If that's what you mean. I'd like to remain that way.
Well, then I would recommend you shush.
Ugh. Ugh, I don't like this.
Ro,
Oh, it loaded faster for you. What's happening?
you notice, about 15 feet from the road, half buried in the underbrush, is a human corpse.
Oh,
Can I speak with Dad?
I will go investigate it.
Appears to be a young man in commoner's clothes. These clothes are torn by brambles and thorns, and crows, some other birds, carrion birds, have been at the body. Obviously, this body has been dead for several days due to the decay. It holds a tarnished compass in one hand.
You know, I hate to say this, but I feel like crows get a bad reputation. They're just very smart animals, and there's food everywhere.
Maybe I can find out how this poor soul died.
Wait, how?
Andy, can I use my forensic acumen?
Oh my god. I forgot
Try
we're
to see if I can figure
traveling
out a
with
cause
Gil
of,
Grissom.
figure out a cause of death on this guy.
The maggots tell you. Yeah, of course.
3 again. I kind of poke at his flesh, and then I come up with like a piece of flesh hanging from my finger, and I go, yeah, step back. Maybe it's better if we don't know.
Yeah, you don't see any signs of violence against this man.
I'm gonna take the compass.
Let's see.
Bolt of lightning strikes you down as you rob.
Roll for new character.
Uh,
Why are you pausing the
rob
map?
dead.
I don't like the delay.
So, as you see this body lying there, the hand holding the compass is splayed out in the direction of a nearby tree. It seems to be pointing towards it.
I'll look at the tree that it's pointing at.
Carved into the trunk of the tree are 13 tally marks, as well as an arrow pointing deeper into the woods, along what seems to be a well-traveled footpath.
13 tally marks.
Mm-hmm.
13 tally marks. You know, like a baker's dozen. Perhaps he's a baker. And I kind of elbow Silas. Not much for jokes. It's okay.
He's studying the tree intensely.
Mm-hmm.
You know, some conscious say that 13 is bad luck.
It's got to mean something.
Maybe it means the number 13.
13 more landmarks ahead, maybe?
Or trees. Or feet. Skulls. Eggs. Could be anything.
Does the compass that he's holding, can I take it from his hand?
Of course.
You could do anything you want.
Does it point in a direction?
It is currently quavering and moving erratically.
Oh, I hate that.
And does it have the normal compass markings of north, south, east, west with degrees, etc.?
It's moving erratically for a moment, but it does eventually settle on pointing in a direction.
In which direction is it pointing?
Kind of perpendicular to where the arrow is pointing. To where Roe said north was, so sort of perpendicular to the road-ish.
Should we follow this side path or continue to this possible village?
I have to admit, it's piqued my curiosity, but if this fellow is an omen of what's lying that way, then maybe it's better if we stick to the road.
No, he's an omen of good fortune. Ro, what say you? We follow this way? Or we go to where this compass is pointing? Did we lose Ro?
She's out.
She fall asleep again?
No, I'm totally awake.
She's here, and awake.
Ro, these are dangerous woods. Don't fall asleep. We're gonna die here.
No one's gonna die. It's fine.
All right. Well,
They found the dead body with an arrow pointing away from the path with 13 tally marks on a tree.
Sounds like a trap.
Or the direction we need to go.
all right. Well, what if
We can
we?
follow the path for maybe 10, 15 minutes and see if we find anything.
Yeah, and set some kind of breadcrumb behind us.
Well, my
With that
peak
story.
is interested.
Do the 13 tally marks look like they were made all at the same time, like their uniform, or like they've been added?
Make a survival check would be fine.
Good question. Good question. Good question.
Yeah, see? She's not sleeping. She's awake.
She's with it.
Here it goes. Best roll of the night. Nope.
My hero points.
I mean,
Yeah,
plus
spend
9,
it.
though. Shit.
Spend it.
Just don't roll a 4 or below again. You're going to be better.
You don't think that they were made all at the same time.
Oh.
Alright. Someone's tallying something.
Dead explorers, maybe. I'm gonna look
Right.
down to the
How
corpse.
many people they got off the path?
It's odd that this compass points the same direction, though. It's definitely north, like you were saying.
May I see that compass?
I'll give it to Corvus.
Is it like a glass compass? Like, does it have a case?
Yep.
I
Yeah,
am going.
it's pretty standard. It's just like it's made out of like brass.
I'm going to shake the shit out of it,
Sure.
and then I'm going to hold it out in my hand and see if it stabilizes eventually.
Eventually, it definitely takes its time and it jerks around a lot until it
This is
eventually finds a direction.
A very jerky compass.
I'm gonna cast my cantrip again and see if my
That's a
cantrip goes north
cantrip?
the same way.
Yeah.
Fuck!
It's a compass cantrip. It's similar to before.
Okay, but it aligns with the compass.
Yep.
I don't want to be that guy, but all the parables I've read have never ended well with people following a random path off the main road.
It's not random. There's a compass pointing in that direction. Random would be flipping a coin and see which way we go.
I guess.
Or we just follow the path. But are you piqued a little bit? Just interested, just a scotch?
I'm curious, but you know what they say about curiosity and cats and alike?
You find a wealth of knowledge.
Let's try it just for 10 minutes and see.
I'm game.
I'll go in the front. And Lee's going to kind of scout ahead and he's going to try to stealth while he's scouting.
Sure. You don't have to scout very far. Probably within, like trailblazes usually are within sight of each other. After following the footpath for really just like 100, 200 feet, something like that. It's not very long. You find another tree with tally marks, 13 of them, and another arrow pointing farther along the direction of the footpath. The edge of the footpath here bears the corpse of a horse in a similar state of decay to the man.
Well,
They-
this isn't good.
They say curiosity killed the horse, and here it is. Let's see what else it killed, shall we? And I'm going to start moving forward.
Once is odd, but twice, both next to a tree that are marked. I don't like this.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice. Well, you can't fool me again.
As he walks off.
I was going to say, I'm already in the distance. I'm a walking.
You're following the footpath, Lee?
I sure am.
Yeah, Lee's gonna follow as well.
Silas will throw a worried look back at Ro, but then if she nods, he'll continue to walk
Yeah,
with them.
she'll bring up the rear.
She's nodding off, is what she's doing.
Shortly along the path, you find a third tree bearing another 13 tally marks, and an arrow pointing further along the direction of the footpath, which visibly vanishes into a wall of impenetrable fog.
Fuck my life.
At this point, the compass and your spell, if you try it, Rachel, are not working at all. They're like spinning crazily. You're not getting enough of that.
We just got out of the mist.
It seems to be that the footpath you've gone sort of headed north off of the path you were on a bit and curved back almost in the direction you had come towards the gate, but on the north side of the gate.
Wait, we're gonna go loop?
That's what it sounds like.
Well, you're heading backwards a little bit. You're heading back east a little bit. Back towards the fog and the mist.
I'm willing to walk in that fog.
I'm not. We just got out of there.
I mean, there's only one way to find out what is happening in this place. And that's...
Maybe going to the town and asking people?
There's no one in that town.
How do you know that?
I just know. I know what I see in front of me, and it is you, Silas, and Roe, and Lee.
I don't know. I think I may be inclined to agree with Silas on this one. Perhaps we could ask around at the town if there are people. They may know something.
And is there a rock on the ground?
Yeah, sure.
I'm going to pick up a rock and chuck it really hard into the fog. Do I hear it land?
Yeah, you hear a rustling thump.
Well, there's clearly a rustling thump. We can go through there.
I'm telling you, that's the mist we just came through. You want to go back in there?
I don't know. But I want to know. Don't you?
How about this? Let's make a deal. If we go to the town and we get some answers, we can come back.
How do we know there's a town back there? And how do we know which way to go now at this point? Do we see the other tree with the arrows and the notches?
Well, if we're looping back toward the gate, we should be able to see the gate from here.
Can we see the gate from here?
Sure. Oh, not from where the horse is now.
All I
sorry,
see is a
not
dead
where
horse.
the third tree is.
I mean, a third tree. That's all I see. And away into the mist.
Didn't you say it was like kind of afternoon a while ago?
Yeah, it's afternoon.
Okay. Well, I wouldn't be so disinclined to enter the mist, but it is getting late, and I wouldn't want to be caught there after dark.
Well, I'll leave it to the
Corvus.
party.
We can check it out tomorrow.
Yeah, let's follow the road a little more, see where it takes us. Then we can have time for spooky paths later.
Well, I can't argue with reason. Come on, Ro, let's go the boring way.
Traveling forward, you find your way back to the road easily enough, and following the road, after maybe a mile, about 20 minutes longer of travel, the day is getting a little longer, and you start beginning to look for possible good shelters for the night. However, as you do, the dark woods fall away, revealing a misted, gloomy valley. Lighting. I always forget to turn off token vision. Here we go. Ooh, music. Ooh, music. Let's turn that down. It's the good music, though. Revealing a misted, gloomy valley dotted with thick clouds of fog. Rolling thunderclouds cast a gray pall over the land below. No sun visible in the cold, gray light. Evergreen trees climb the sides of the mountains that enclose the valley. To the north rises a stony mount with tufts of trees. To the south, a snow-capped peak with rugged slopes towers imperiously above the land below. The muddy road continues on ahead, passing through yellowed grasses and farmland until it reaches a small, humble settlement hunkered down in the earth. Alongside the road, a river flows as clear as a blue winter sky through the valley. Far above the village looms a dark, twisted castle, standing alone atop a pillar of sheer stone. For an instant, a distant spear of lightning crackles, illuminating the towering peak with harsh lights and shadows. And then a thick band of fog rolls in, concealing both the village and the castle from view. Welcome to Barovia, bitches.
Who are you?
I'm the narrator.
The corpse flies back down.
See, Corvus, I told you.
Ah, but
We're on the
what
right
if
path of the map now. We know where we
Yes.
are.
But what happens if we would have found something magical, fanciful?
Listen, it might still be there if we come back, but maybe
It's
some people
gone.
down there know something.
We're never gonna go check it out.
Do you make a note on the map of where you think the gate is?
Yes, I will.
Fuck yeah, you do.
And
I want to go back and do that side quest before we kill the final boss.
I don't know that I don't think I can draw on this.
I did
Make
it.
a note.
All right, East Gate. Look at that.
Yes.
Mm-mm-mm.
I mean, I don't want to throw a fit, but eventually we'll go back. Perhaps this town really is the right way to go. Ro, is that you standing in the road looking badass? Because that's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
For sure.
Why are you just standing like that?
Thinking.
Scenic.
I mean, I'm just gonna put Ro looking badass.
A flock of bats flies overhead, bursting out of the trees right above your guys' heads.
Silas like falls over in shock.
And they hover overhead. They hover overhead, maybe about like 20 feet above you guys, just circling in a cloud.
They're just bats. They're like the ravens of the night.
It's a lot of bats.
That's a lot of bats.
Geez, that's a lot of bats. Okay, I hunker down a little bit too. Not cowardly though, like you.
Well, the good news is there shouldn't be a lot of mosquitoes with all those bats.
It's true.
Silas just kind of looks up at Lee. Just like, huh?
I do
And
hate
I'm
mosquitoes.
gonna pick myself up off the ground.
Sure.
Just gotta dust myself off a little bit.
After a moment, the bats fly off into the valley toward the town.
You think that's the keep of the noble who belongs to that coat of arms?
Probably, and it must match that that symbol on the map for the kind of castle-looking structure.
You know what I do know, Silas? You gonna be strong and brave before the end of this.
Yeah, we'll see.
I mean, it's not like you're cursed. I mean, it's not like you're gonna be. It's gonna be fine. Don't
Seeing
worry
some
about
other
it.
people who aren't ghosts will go a long way.
Wait, are you a
Pres-
ghost too?
Present company excluded, of course.
And some hot food. Oh, I have to go
Yeah.
for some food right now.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's go.
Traveling to the town is uneventful and takes you probably another 2 miles to get there, 2 or 3 miles. So after probably about an hour more travel, dusk is beginning to fall, plunging the overcast skies into a dull, darkening gloom. The outskirts of this village come into a clearer view. A wide dirt trench surrounds the settlement, 5 feet across, just as deep, with hundreds of sharpened wooden stakes thrusting up like jagged teeth from the earth within. Up ahead, beside a tall heap of charred wood, the road continues over a makeshift wooden bridge, the muddy ground giving way to slick, wet cobblestones on the other side. Remnants of wooden barricades stand haphazardly along the streets. Some appear to be partially dismantled, with planks, logs, simple tools piled nearby. The structures around them bear scorch marks and gashes. Several buildings show partially collapsed roofs and walls, allowing the cold, creeping fog to drift silently inside. The tall shapes of village dwellings stand above the rest, looming out of the dense fog that clings to the earth. Though flickers of silhouettes, illuminated by candlelight, occasionally drift across the dark windows above, not a sound cuts the silence save for the quiet flapping of wings. You notice that the sound of the flapping of wings, there's a black bird with blue-tipped wings perched atop one of the houses flanking the street.
It's not the most welcoming place, at least by looks.
So the streets are like empty, basically, like no people.
Yeah. The only thing you notice is this bird on top of one of the houses. It is staring at you.
There are lights.
There's some candles in some of the houses. The raven caws at you and flaps its wings and sort of half takes off and flies across the street, down the street a ways, and caws again, looking in your direction.
Maybe that's your area, Corvus, but should we follow it?
Bird.
Hey, it's just a bird.
You seem to like birds. Maybe you know a lot about them.
Well, I just find the raven or the crow is, well, he's a smart, genuine creature, and I'm inclined to follow it. And I'm going to start walking that direction.
Okay. As you walk towards the crow, it flies down the street a few more buildings and perches on. And it seems to be leading you in a way. It seems to be wait for you to catch up. Caws a few times if, it's not clear whether you know where it is, and then flies off the street a little bit and flies onto a new house. Seems to be leading you into the town.
They're protective and alert. They like to share their stories, dealing with the hurt and the pain. I do believe this one wants to tell us a story, and I'm going to keep following it.
Mm-hmm. Man, I love this art. See the castles back there?
Yeah, it's good.
So exciting.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty badass.
The raven eventually lands and settles on top of a sign in front of what looks to be a tavern. So let's see. There is an old chipped stone statue at the center of this town square where the tavern sits, depicting a man wearing leather armor and holding a sword. There's a plaque at its base. A single shaft of light thrusts illumination into the main square, its brightness looking like a solid pillar in the heavy fog. Above the gaping doorway of this building, a sign hangs precariously askew, proclaiming this to be the Blood on the Vine Tavern. That is the sign upon which the raven sits.
The Blood on the Vine?
Blood on the Vine Tavern.
Well, perhaps here would be a good place to rest our weary heads. And I'm going to catch a glimpse of the plaque at the base of that statue.
Sure. It is marked Ismark Antonovich the Great, Burgermeister of Barovia, Bane of Vampires, 618 to 662 BC.
Could you maybe copy and paste
You're going to
that?
need to copy that in the chat.
I was like, I typed IS. That's as far as I got, and I'm sure that's not even close.
Oh, don't type
Obviously, that is Ismark the Great, bane of vampires.
Yep.
That's the one. Look at him right there. He is Mark Antovovich. Something of something. Perfect. Well, friends, as the great Ismark Antovovich, the great burgomaster of Barovia, once said, into the blood of the Vine Tavern we roll. And I'm going to open the door.
Guess we'll follow Corvus in.
Before we go, Lee's gonna take like a portion of one of the venison rations and toss it up to the crow that was leading us into town.
Nice.
They like shiny objects, Lee.
Burgermeister Burger.
Yeah, it catches it and flies off.
Burgermeister Burger.
If I can paste this in here. Yeah, I'll figure that out. Okay. All right. So, as you enter into the building, you actually, let's see. There it is. You enter into the building. There are a few people in here. You see 3 people, three women that are kind of dressed in brightly colored clothing and are sitting at a table here. Behind the counter, there is a single man who barely glances up at your arrival. He seems to be just cleaning glasses one after another behind. There is there's one other guy in there. Seems to be a young man with blonde hair who's sort of just eating a meal by himself at a table. Everyone sort of... There wasn't much talking in here to begin with, but clearly all eyes are upon you as you enter the building. Except for the guy behind the counter. He doesn't seem to pay much attention. In fact, he's the only one that speaks. He says, "Cup of wine, 5 coppers. Pitcher of wine, 2 silver."
Do we have any money, by the way?
I don't know. Do you?
Let me look at my
We
inventory.
don't have money. We have some treasure.
I have some money from somewhere.
Yeah, I have nothing apparently.
We've got a necklace. We've got some rings.
Somehow, maybe there's bodies in the house, but I have 11 silver and 60 copper.
I think you found
Nice.
a pouch that had that in it.
Yeah.
Right.
Lee kind of pulls out his pouch and he says, "Dinner's on me."
You head up there?
Yeah, he heads up to the presumed barkeep and he says, "Yeah, we'll take a pitcher of wine for our table and some food."
Cup of wine, 5 copper. Pitcher of wine, 2 silver.
Something tells me they might not have food.
Do you have any food?
You must forgive Eric, says a voice, as you notice the young man behind you has stood up and is approaching. He's dressed fairly well, and you do notice that there is a sword back at the table that is sort of leaning on the table. I have a picture of him. I'll just show you the picture.
Yay!
What's it do with the picture?
Show us the picture.
I am. This is Eric. I am Ismark Kolyanovich. Welcome to the village of Barovia. You must be new here. Yes?
And
Wait.
any
So-
relationship to the statue
Yeah.
up front?
He glances back and says, "Yes, my ancestor of mine. I am his namesake." So the picture come up for you guys?
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
Oh, there you go.
And then on.
There it is.
Is this still loading?
It's 2 swords.
That one.
See it?
Oh, why did it load for me? Oh, there it is. Oh, shit. What's with that mist around you?
How did you come to the valley? How did you come to this place?
Well, Ismark, I feel like that would, I'd be more than glad to share our wondrous stories with you over the, Lee, what the hell did you just buy us a pitcher of wine?
Please, allow me, Eric. I will pay for whatever they need. Food, drink.
Well, Ismark, my name is Corvus, and this here is my companion. We've, stumbled here, I think, perhaps either by destiny or by mistake. Too early to tell.
You must have 1,000 questions if you're new to this place. I'm glad to answer as many as I can.
Well, great. I'm just curious. Does the name Durst ring a bell?
The name means nothing to me. Is this your name?
No, I'm Corvus Knox. What a hideous name, Durst. No. We've seemed to stumble upon this village. Perhaps take a chair, a table.
Oh, please. He invites you back to his table. You must be hungry. He has like a half-eaten meal in front of him. But while we're waiting, if you wish, please help yourself.
To your meal? That's rude.
I will say Silas kind of greedily starts taking some pieces and chomping them down. Oh, this is great. Oh, thank you.
I would say along your travels, you guys probably have eaten four of those rations, one each. So you have like two portions of deer meat left.
We're just carrying random hunks of deer meat. Sweet.
Where did you come from?
Let's see.
What's the name of our city?
I was gonna say,
You came from Daggerford in Faerun.
We hail from Daggerford in Faerun. Does that town ring a bell?
No.
I was really sad to hear that, but well expected.
we were investigating the disappearance of a woman's husband, a hunter by the name of Prate Fang, and found ourselves in some strange woods where we came across this old manor that belonged to the Durst family that Corvus mentioned.
Well, it's not uncommon for outsiders to be spirited into Barovia by the mists.
This is Barovia, then.
Yes, this is the village of Barovia. It is the namesake of the land itself. All of this land He sort of gestures at like the mountains that are overlooking.
Are we here then? I'm gonna pull out the map and point to the town.
He looks at the map that you've been adding to, and he says, "Yes, yes." Alright. He points and says, "This would be our village, the village of Barovia." Whatever. I have this art. I'm going to switch us here.
Oh.
I got a tavern. That's it. That's the tavern.
I got no vision.
Yeah, it says I don't own a token, so I can't partake.
Get a token, man.
I can't. I just want a token.
Get a freaking token!
Oh, look at that village. Look at that
beautiful.
tavern.
Beautiful.
Perhaps close your door when we're inside.
I am. There's no other way to say this, but I'm sorry to say you're stuck here in Barovia. I'll do anything I can to help make your stay as pleasant as can be.
What do you mean?
No outsider has ever been able to escape this land. The only people that have freedom to come and go are the Stani. He sort of nods over towards the table. You see the three women over there in the colorful clothes are sort of like standing up and packing up to leave.
Did you say Vistani?
Vistani, yes. They're wandering fortune tellers, entertainers, colorful folk. They come through sometimes for trade. They have the blessing of the devil to come and go as they please.
You said they're packing up?
They're packing up, yeah.
Lee, how much money did you say you had?
He like pours the coins into his hands and counts it out. About 11 silver and some copper.
Could I borrow about 3 silver?
He hands it to you.
I'll be back. I'm gonna walk over to those ladies.
Sure. As you're walking away, Ismark is saying, "I apologize for the state of the town. We are recovering from an attack recently."
Vistani, the devil's blessing. Your speak is very cryptic.
I'm sorry. Must feel like it's a lot. Corvus, what are you doing?
I kind of walk over as they're packing up, and I bow deeply, and I pull my hat off in a grand gesture. Ladies, I heard you are quite the fortune tellers. I would love to spend my last pieces of influence on a humble telling.
The three of them, as you speak, sort of snap together with like one over each of the shoulders of the one in the middle, and they all just like raise an eyebrow at you. Oh, you're looking for a little fortune telling, are you?
Well, I heard you are quite the tellers of the fortune, and I pull out the 3 little pieces of silver he gave me. This is all I have to my name, and I would love to hear what the hell I'm doing in this wonderful town, and how I can proceed further.
As the one in the middle sort of like smirks and reaches out to take your coin, the one on the right hand side like rolls her eyes and like slaps the middle one's wrist down before she can take your coin, and says, don't listen to Mirabelle. None of us have the talent of fortune telling. We got different talents, mostly dance, singing.
dancing and singing, you say? I've been known to dabble from time to time.
She gives you a smile. Oh, I bet you do. If you're looking for a fortune, you might want to go to the Tasser Pool. We have a camp there.
The Tasser Pool, you say?
It's a little bit farther up the road.
Out of town, into the mists.
Yeah, I wouldn't be going at night. But we'll be there. Unless, the winds carry us somewhere else. She lets like a little bit of a smile to the other two.
Well,
the one on the left says, do we really have to go, Mirabelle? Stay and play?
don't like that. I mean, well, I'm sure we could lively up this tavern with a little bit of music and a little dance, if you're interested.
Huh?
The one in the middle says, lets out a little bit of a sigh and says, we really must be going. But come and visit. Tesser Pool. We have a camp there.
Tesser Pool.
Just follow the road. After you cross the river, you take the first right. I'll take you right there.
Follow the river, first right.
Yeah, at the crossroads. You can't miss it. I'm Alenka Mirabelle, and this stick in the mud is Sorbia. All right, this Vistani ladies. Mirabelle. This is what I was doing at work today, was figuring out what sort of accents I wanted to do for all the different cultures in this land.
Nice.
I decided that Vistani were going to be Irish. A little bit Irish.
A little bit Irish.
So that's what
there they are.
The Vistana ladies.
Love it. Love it.
I'm going with the classic, that whatever Romanian for the Barovian people.
Well, ladies, I look forward to seeing you in your wilds, and I would be more than glad to spill all of my wealth to enjoy your company.
Bring a good story. Bring a better dance.
I only dance better than my stories. And I bow deeply and I back up to the table.
Sure.
I hand Leah's 3 silverback. I struck out.
While Corvus was away, did you guys have anything else you wanted to talk with Ismark about while Corvus was away?
Who keeps outsiders from leaving? The gate closed behind us, but who would want to keep us here?
Is no man, no army that keeps these people here. The Mist themselves are the gatekeepers. Even those who climb the gate, who go around it through the woods, find themselves lost in the mist and are forced back here. Some people will go mad, spending the rest of their lives trying over and over to go through the mists.
We would have made it.
Perish.
I think we found one of those. The man and his horse with the 13 notches.
We could have made it.
Saddened to hear that. It is, this is not a happy land you have entered, and I am afraid to say I do my best to keep this village safe, keep the people here safe.
How long have you been here?
Oh, I was born here. I am Barovia. Many of us are. I am also. Barovians may not be. There's only Vistani.
Who are the notable people in town that we should know?
Oh, well. That. As you're heading back towards the table, Corvus, something slams against a nearby table. And the sound draws your attention to a man sitting a couple tables away. His clenched fist twitching against his table's wooden surface. He's a shorter guy with greasy, receding salt and pepper hair, patched, well-worn coat. And there's a scowl marring his face as he turns his dark eyes towards Ismark. You're wasting your time with Ismark, the Lesser. He rasps, his eyes lingering on each of you.
I want to see how Ismar reacts to that.
Sure. Ismark winces.
Gotcha.
Best you seek better company, lest you wind up in the ground with the last fools who trusted him. He kind of like spits on the wooden floor of the table. You hear softly from behind the counter, cup of wine, 5 copper, pitcher of wine, and 2 silver.
Don't like that guy.
As you look over there and you have this feeling of unease, Corvus, you realize that the guy is like still cleaning glasses. And you've maybe seen like less than 10 people in here since you started. Certainly not that many glasses have been cleaned.
Not a fan. Not a fan.
The guy who kind of spits on the ground and cursed at Ismark, sort of gestures at his table as if like it's open if you want to sit with not Ismark.
I'll venture over that way. I'm already standing up.
Sure.
I'll turn to Ismark. Who's the charming gentleman?
He is Kentamir Bildrath. He owns the mercantile in town. Some of his family perished in the attack.
The attack?
Attack?
We were attacked by undead recently.
I'm sure that's how you spell it.
Here. Bildrath Kentamir. I am just going to... There, guys. I'm adding in people things.
Yay!
Hey.
People things, and the people thing, and the
See the people
journals.
things? Do you see the people things?
I see the people thing. Bildrath. Wow, that's so close to how I spelled it.
Kentamir.
So
Nailed
he
it,
has been
100%.
missing his beauty sleep.
Yeah, Ismark kind of explains. Some of his family. Well, I talked many of the villagers into staying, fighting for our town. We're fighting for our lives, and many did not survive.
I see. I'm sorry.
I just sort of nod sadly. Corvus, as you approach the table with Bildrath, he says, "You're welcome to sit here and hear the story of this bloody land. The wine is shit, but so is everything else."
I
Well,
like this guy.
well, from one bar to another, I humbly bow my hat. Proceed. The rounds on Lee.
Mm-hmm. I am Bill Draff. I run the mercantile. He sort of nods across the street.
How did you get into business? Is it a family business? How did you get started? I don't care. Tell me about this bloody land.
I was going to say, why do you care about this? 3 months ago, a pack of would-be revolutionaries marched off to Castle Ravenloft to slay the vampire. The son of
what?
What?
the Lord of this land, Lord Strahd von Zarovich.
Okay, you had me at vampire. Go
A
on.
vampire, yes. Doru, the young sprout from up the hill. He filled all the heads of all the youngsters with fairy tales of banishing the mist, saving the land, bringing the sun back. Nobody ever came back from that attack. But after a few days, dust-skinned elf came to this village. Said we had 90 days to make peace with the gods before the Lord of Castle Ravenloft, who's been asleep for my entire life, was just a story to us. And he had awoken from the attack. We had 90 days until the Lord would come and exact his penance for our disobedience. Some people left. Many wanted to leave. However, the son of a bitch is not. He gave good speech. He told everyone, we must fight for this land, fight for our homes. The audacity of the bastard, standing in front of his great-grandfather's statue like he was worth a tenth of him.
There is some beef.
Yep.
And
I
it's
sense
well
some
done.
hostilities.
A little bit. Ismark has just gotten super quiet during all of this. Is just like staring at the table.
Peace on beach.
Eric brings out food at this point and sets it down.
Eric, I'm over at this table. Bring mine over here. I'm in the middle of a story. Go on, Bill Drath. You were saying about this son bitch.
My sister Marta, her husband Dragomir, they chose to stay with their son Periwimp.
Those are good names.
I wonder if
They
the kid
chose to
died.
stay because of his words. He just like points one fat finger over at Ismark, gives him like the Robert De Niro finger.
He's son bitch.
You, Doctor. They wanted to fight to defend what is theirs. He's now like, even though like there's still fury in his face, he is like clearly blinking back tears and choking at this point.
It's okay. I've got a little handkerchief.
You have no handkerchief. You can make a handkerchief if you want, but you don't have. I'm sure you do not have a handkerchief.
You know what? I left him out of the jacket pocket. I'm sorry.
I should have run and never come back. The 90 days pass. The undead came. They swarmed in dozens, hundreds. We fought. We tried to defend the streets with barricades, swords, arrows, but the dead kept coming. And Marta. This village is doomed. All of Barovia is doomed. There's no sun to bring back anymore. No escape from these mists. This is hell. We live with the devil. And the sooner you all accept this, the better you will be.
Wow.
How long ago was this 9 days ago when this undead army has come forth? What's happened after the undead army took place? Quiet.
Look outside.
It has been quiet. It's been days, matter of days, since the attack.
Oh, so unfortunately this is recent, Bill Drath.
The wounds are still fresh. Many, this is still Bildrath, by the way. Many have fled since to go to Vallaki, a fortified town to the west with a wall. If you want somewhere safe to go, I suggest you go there. This town, it is doomed. There's nothing for you here.
Sounds like there's nothing but fortune and glory is really what you're saying. I do love a good yarn you're spinning. Well, Bildrath, I appreciate you being your so honest self. I don't like the unfortunate fortune that's happened to such civilization. You set up on this tower, there's an undead vampire.
He sort of rolls a shoulder in a shrug and says, I have not seen him in my lifetime. He is Lord of the Land, Strahd von Zarovich. I believe his power now. He destroyed this town with but a wish.
Well, I don't know what has brought us to this town, but I don't like people being oppressed. I appreciate your tale, good sword. If I had any money to my name, I would tip you, but instead I will leave you with this. It's a key. Could be the key to your future, and I'm going to hand him the key to the iron key for the Terse Manor.
He just like holds up his hands and says, I've lost my appetite. And he stands up and he starts heading towards the door.
Oh, that's unfortunate about your appetite. I pick up his plate.
Yeah, he doesn't seem too concerned about it.
Say, listen, Ismark. This is a lot. This is a lot. And maybe we could sleep on it. Do you think you can get Eric to get us a room?
Please, you should come to my home. I live
We wouldn't want to be a bother.
It is a very large home.
Oh, well, of course we'll be here, and I sit down with my
In
tray
that
of brand new
case.
food. We would love to oppose.
Yes. He says, I cannot disagree with what Bildrath said about Vallaki. It is much safer, and I think you will find both answers and protection there. More than you will find here. His words are true. In the meantime, it is late. I'm happy to offer you room and board in my own home. It is the least I can do. Eric generally does not have rooms for rent here.
He does have wine and pitches, though.
You'll have to forgive Eric. He has no soul.
Silas will do a double take. That's Spinal's line.
Wait, what now?
Like mid-eating, and I just stop and look at him for a moment. That explains a lot.
Are you being figurative, or...?
Barovia has no gods. At least, the souls have nowhere to go. Those who die here are trapped here.
Wait, are you saying he's dead?
I'm saying that when he was born, a soul was not able to. He was born without one. Many are.
I'll look over at Eric
His land
again.
is cut off from...
Kind of study him.
Yeah, sure. He is still cleaning glasses. He's worked down the line maybe 2 or 3 times now.
Well, I
Did we
feel
think
like
of enjoying it?
we would gladly take your room if offered. We are aliens in this strange world, and we have some questions and maybe some resources. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to speak for my companions, but I don't like the oppressed.
I fully agree with you, my friend. I want to make this town safe. I want to make it a good place to live for those who are in my care. Is what my father would have wanted. Right now, my concerns are more with. I believe if you go to Vallaki, there's a place called St. Andrew's Church. It's said to be hallowed ground. It should be a safe place for you to find help, maybe find answers. It protects its congregants from the undead. Maybe a good place for you to find your respite from this place. Set out from.
Well, perhaps we will check out there in the morning, but it seems the hour is late.
Yes.
If you're offering room and board, I think we would mighty be obliged to accept.
Yeah. He nods. He seems to be like in thought. He leaves some money on the table for Eric. He says, "Thank you, Eric. Food was excellent."
Top of the line, 5 copper.
As you guys are sort of like standing up and getting ready to go, unless you guys had any other anything else you wanted to do in here.
This guy.
No, I'm good. This place is creeping me out.
Sure. Yeah. He starts to stand up. As he's standing up, he says, "If you do decide to go to Vallaki, I was hoping to find time to take my sister there as well. I would like for her to find refuge in the St. Andrew's Church. Somewhere safe for her to go away from this place. Perhaps, if you do decide to go, you can take her with you."
I kind of look to Corvus and to Lee, and then over to Ro.
You see Rose just like passed out on the table.
She's had a mighty hard day.
That's
You don't have to decide tonight, please.
no, that's something we can do, right? Right, guys?
An escort quest. Yeah.
Think about it. If you do decide to go to Vallaki, I know it has been a big day. I don't mean to lay all of this on you. I'm sorry.
I was possessed by a child this morning, so I mean the day is what we make of it.
All right. I think as you're heading out the door, you see a woman approaching the tavern, clad in a tattered and threadbare cloak. Her hair is tied into 2 loops that fall around her neck. It's unkempt and tangled, and her wide eyes are darting around with fearful energy. As soon as she sees you all, she's seeing beeline straight for you. And she sort of is shakily walking towards you. "Master Kolyanovich, I am so sorry to interrupt. I haven't seen Gertruda. Gertruda's gone. I think she's gone alone to Vallaki with the rest." Ismar's eyes, he immediately gets this creases of worries on his face. "I am so sorry, Mary. In the morning I will put a search party together. We will search the roads and we will look for Gertrude. I promise you that. First thing in the morning." If she doesn't make it to Valaki, I promise we will find her, we'll bring her home safely. From across the road, a shadowy figure leaning against a building, watching all of this, snarls and spits. More empty promises, Kalyanovich.
Does he just follow this
Kind
guy
of love
around?
that guy.
He's standing beside a building, right in front of a building. You see a little bit of a ring of like smolder, as if he's like smoking a pipe or something. And there's a sign that says Bill Drath's Mercantile.
I love that guy.
Hanging there.
Professional heckler.
Have the rest of you ever seen anything so cruel? Empty promises from this filth.
You know what? We should go. Yeah, I'm tired. And
Sure.
is it this way?
Bill Drath pushes as you guys start to as you start to try to extract yourself from the situation, Silas. Bill Drath pushes the envelope a bit more and says, "You know no one can survive on these roads in these conditions. The girl's gone, Mary. I'm sorry." Mary starts to cry. But Ismark lets out a growl and steps up towards Bill Drath.
Ismark, get him.
Says, "That is quite enough, Master Cantoneer. You going to put me in my place, Kalyanovich? Stop being a liar. The girl is as good as dead. We will all be joining her soon enough. There is always a chance. You may have given up on our people, Bill Drath. I cannot." There's like a long, tense moment where any of you guys can act.
I will I'll try to comfort the crying woman.
Sure. And roll a diplomacy.
If you're gonna leave, can I have all your gold?
Okay.
I'll say, this Gertruda, your daughter?
She is my everything. My little girl.
What are you doing?
She couldn't have gone far. We'll find her.
Oh, Silas.
Don't cry.
Silas is a good boy. Anyone else want to do anything?
Yeah, I'm gonna step in between the two of them and go, "Now look here, this town is clearly," and I look around and there's just like a tumbleweed kind of rolling through. Seen some shit over the years. The worst thing we could do is fight among ourselves. Perhaps a hungry group of adventurers could deal with this problem, but for now, fighting amongst all of us is just a poor choice of energy. And I'd like to roll a diplomacy to calm the fuck down.
Sure.
Calm the fuck down.
I need you all to calm the fuck down right now, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'm willing to spend all of my hero points. I'm going to spend it right now.
Mm-hmm.
Diplomacy. Calm the fuck down. Okay, there are other numbers on this dice. So a 17.
Okay. So Bill Drath glances towards you, but mostly has been keeping his eyes on Ismark. After you say your piece, he just like snarls and just like spits on the ground and just turns around and goes inside the mercantile. And you hear some clicking of locks behind him. Ismark gives you a thankful nod, Corpus. And he turns to Mary, and again with like a knowing and thankful look towards you, Silas. He puts his head down close to hers and softly says, "I promise you, I will do everything I can to see Gertruda brought home safely. Everything, Mary." She just like wipes her eyes, nods. And, he sort of, "Your home's on the way. I'll walk you." And he starts to lead you guys down the street.
I'll follow along the way.
Sure. I would say you guys get down these streets of the town of Barovia. I'll describe. I think you're going to get to the mansion. I think I'm going to describe the mansion. Maybe we'll call it there.
Yeah, describe the mansion.
We can get into the mansion because Rachel's going to want to be here for some of this RP too.
This is a mighty fine mansion you have here.
Well,
Please describe it before we go to bed.
Sure. A weary-looking mansion squats behind a rusting iron fence. The iron gates are twisted and torn. The right gate lies cast aside, while the left swings lazily in the wind. The stuttering squeal and clang of the gates repeats with mindless precision. Weeds choke the grounds and press with menace upon the house itself. Yet, against the walls, the growth has been tramped down to create a path all about the domain. Heavy claw marks have striped the once beautiful finish on the walls. Great black marks tell of fires that have assailed this mansion. Not a pane nor a shard of glass stands in any windows. They are all barred with planks, and each one marked with stains of evil omen.
Evil!
Huh? All right.
You don't like glass there? That's fine. Evil
Stains
omen.
of evil omen.
Stains. Evil.
Bismarck stays behind to close up the gates, and he says, "Oh, please, by all means, knock on the door. Irina, let Irina know you're here. She'll let you in." And so he kind of lingers back near the gates while you guys. He invites you to go and knock on the door and let yourselves in.
Knockity knock knock.
Sure. You hear the sound of footsteps approaching through the door. You hear the sound, little sound of like a metal hinge. And then there's a pause, and then the metal hinge again. Someone undoes a trio of locks, and then the door opens, revealing an NPC.
An NPC.
Tell us about it, stud.
That NPC.
It's coming.
It's happening.
Any second now.
It's happening.
There we go. Irina.
She's not wearing armor, but yeah, that's her.
Do tell.
Hello, Irina.
And the door opens, revealing a red-headed young lady on the opposite side. She raises an eyebrow at the three of you and looks past you and says, "Guess Ismark?" And at that, I think is a good time for us to call it.
Yes, indeed, Irina.
We will reveal more of the story with Ismark, Irina, and the village of Barovia
I like it.
next week in the Curse of Strahd.
Welcome to Barovia, bitch.
You guys heard his name for the first time tonight?
We did.
Right.
Though it doesn't mean shit to us. We don't know anything. I know everything. That's not true. I stopped reading after the first chapter.
I know that I have an image of that statue somewhere, and I thought I had it linked, but I just have no idea.
You sons of bitches.
Oh wait, is this it? Yeah, there it is. Select
Give it
file.
to me. Give it to me. I want it.
Get it.
Give it to me, baby.
Where is it? You son bitch.
There it is.
Where is it?
So it should be under handouts, Village of Barovia. You see it in there?
Handouts. No, I see handouts Durst Manor.
You're the Durst.
You're the Durst. And I see session notes.
There you go.
Oh,
There it
oh,
is.
oh, oh. Oh,
Did it do
oh,
it?
it's loading.
Statue. Bismarck the Great.
Dope statue, Bismarck. Dope statue indeed. Go back up and add that to my notes. Bismarck the Great
You guys have a
indeed.
folder for places. So you have a people folder. Do you have a places folder?
Yep.
Yeah.
Valach Woods.
We have the hoods, and it
Manor.
shows, yeah, the manor.
Got it.